Check and check. Thank you very much.
I was going to say, I don't have that.
That's something that I'm doing so that I have this recorded because there are a couple of, like the English department is in a meeting right now, so they can't join us. I'm going to turn out the light. He loves it in here in the dark. I say to the kids after I'm done teaching, Dad, you want me to turn the lights on or lights off? And she goes, lights off! Okay, the kids are all like, oh, okay.
Yeah, leave them off.
Back away from Mrs. D.
Yeah, leave them off, leave them off.
This period, Kevin says, I said, do you guys want, as they're walking in for the start of class, I said, do you want to work with the lights on or off? And Kevin goes, oh, just one light on. I said, that's all I ever have. He goes, what? So I flipped it on. He's like, this is only one light? I said, yeah, flip. Here's two. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I said, I only ever have one. He's like, well, like, so are there certain lights that come on and off? And what we found out after turning them on, one light switch does the outside two lights, and the other switch does the inside two. So every light here has 4 bulbs in it. That's why it's so bright.
Okay, I never have this.
Now, do you remember Slussers? The Slussers?
I had Haley and Summer.
And then there was a boy, Jordan Slusser. He was a big guy, he was a big football player.
Okay.
He sat here, maybe it was here, during homeroom. And one year for prom, they gave out little mini shaving creams for the boys. And so they're all the guys are going, oh, look, we got shaving cream. He turns it upside down and says, what's that button? I said, I don't know. And with that, he pushes it.
Oh,
Shaving cream on my ceiling has been there for at least 10 years.
that's funny.
So every time I look up, I think of Jordan Slusser.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. So he was the oldest, and then they had the 2 girls.
I think so. Well, Lydia was in there too somewhere.
Lydia, yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
We're getting netty up in here. Directions are on the board under the happy birthday. As far as I know, nobody's birthday today.
Kayla and Sarah.
Okay.
Whose birthday? Kayla and Sarah.
Excuse this interruption. Interested in technology training in Jamboard and Breakout rooms? It will be starting at 10:30 today in room 305. If you're interested in training for Jamboards and Breakout rooms, that training will be starting at 10:30 today.
Big chains hanging. Sweetie sad.
Yeah. Make that on your next fit movie.
Oh man. Did you like the bit movie? Yeah, I did that back at the beginning of the school year.
Your crew on doing the turkey trot or something big on Thanksgiving?
My husband is. Well, and my dad will too. Yeah.
He's done well.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Full mission.
Yeah. He has to go this coming week to Pittsburgh to possibly get a liver transplant. So we'll start the process of it. Yeah. So, but that's a good thing. Yeah. So we'll see how that process goes.
Does he have a donor?
Not yet. This is just like the beginning stage where like they have to do like all the scans and stuff. Yeah, like 2 or 3 days around there. Oh yeah, like he's running every day and like
Doesn't notice anything.
no, yeah, walking every day. Yeah.
I wish I loved running.
I didn't get that gene.
I do not. I hate running.
More than I probably. Yeah. But yeah.
So directions are on the board on the left-hand side under happy birthday. Are you in the technology?
Hey,
So go into Google Play.
How are you?
We got a fancy mute like this. We gotta be careful. People are gonna start talking. Look at you. Your hair's did
I
too.
love the curl.
And so it says,
Can I sit in front of the projector?
yeah, it is. Yeah. The timing's not great, but we have to take advantage of it. So before you hit submit on the welcome assignment, make sure you copy the URL because that'll put you into the Zoom room. And then go back and hit submit.
Is this a different type training that we would have been in before?
It should be the same. It is.
Okay, thank you.
And I got a bunch of people waiting in the waiting room. Just have to remember to let people in. Hi. You don't have a pass. Are you on time? You don't have a pass?
I did make it by the bell.
Oh, I look like an angry hornet with a mask on. So I have a cute little bumblebee. Hi, everyone.
Should I let Dorenzo in? So, in
Okay.
oh, the double chins.
Betsy, look at this picture. I mean, like, if you opened it up and you saw that, what would you think? Yeah, that looks like an angry hornet with a mask on. I thought it was a cute little bumblebee, and I'm like,
Maybe a killer hornet.
I'm a murder hornet. Try living with this, man. Poor husband.
Okay, we are obviously achieving point number 3.
Yeah.
If you guys want to be like the kids and turn your cameras off, that's fine. Actually, I think my camera is off. You don't want to, because of course the cameras are all lower than all this, so get the little chin thing going. All right, let me get. Gina, is that the only person you don't know?
I know people.
Laura Fritz.
Yeah,
Wherever Miss Fritz is, we're going to be Wow.
Okay, so I've got you into my Zoom room because the intention is to teach you about Jamboard and then break you into breakout rooms so that you can collaboratively work with the people in your room on a Jamboard. A Jamboard. So the first thing we're going to do is to get into the jam. So every time you make a Jamboard, it's called a jam. So there are a couple different ways that you can do a Jamboard. So I'm just going to open up a new tab. Over in the Waffle, the Google Apps, the Waffle, if you keep scrolling down, you should have Jamboard. So the other thing you can do if you don't have the waffle set up on here is you can go to jamboard.google.com.
Who's got their volume on?
I do.
Some other, there's laptops, we're getting a whole bunch of feedback. Okay, calm it down.
So again, if you don't have this here under the, and I'm also getting it on here. So if you go to jamboard.google.com. Yes. So I'm going to check, well, I'm going to mute.
Yeah, it's feedback, just like it.
Stephanie Leonard, I'm muting you. Karen Peterson, I am muting you. Well, you weren't muted.
Jamboard? Is that what we're supposed to do? It sounds off, but your mic's still on. This is Jamboard.
So again, if you don't have the waffle here, or if you do, what you're looking for is Jamboard. J-A-M, Jamboard. Or you can go to jamboard.google.com. So I'm going to click on Jamboard. It is a Google thing. So down here is a plus sign, and we're just going to look at the board, a new jam. All right, so this is a jam. I can title my jam, My First Jam. You can do whatever you would like, Carol D. It's a very easy tool. If you've ever used Google Drawing, it's that simple. So over on the right, we have the pen tool, and I can just click. Let's click on the pen tool, and then I can click, and I can literally write. If I click on the arrow, there are actually different kinds of pens, and I can choose different colors. So here's a little bit more of a, I have a hard time with my penmanship on a trackpad. There you go, Laura. So basically that's the pen tool. Below that is the eraser. So I can click and drag across. I can kind of swish it around. And you would think there was an erase all, right? There's a clear frame right up here. So I can clear it all out. Obviously my arrow, I'm just going to be moving around. The next one down is you can have the kids do a sticky note. So you could get everybody onto one jam, and you have to share it with everybody. But you could say, everybody come up with, what do you think the main idea of the story is? I don't know. So I just click. I can choose a different color, sticky note.
What's the question? What's the main theme?
I don't know. I was just coming up with something. What's the main theme of the story? Because I'm still in here, I can do a different one.
Every time we push save, it gives you a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, so I just made two while still being in the sticky note functionality of it. Within the Jamboard, you can upload images. So if you click on the next button down, you can get images or photos, or you can bring in something from your desktop. I don't know, what do I want to bring in? Okay.
And we normally do a gallery walk, and I give them stickies, and I have to go around the room and stick the stickies on everything. And now that would be touching a lot of art and paper, so I can upload the picture of the kid, and they can all put their
Put their sticky on there. Yep. Absolutely. So I put in just a PNG that I had on my desktop. The 3 little dots, whenever in Google, whenever you see 3 dots, it's an opportunity to do more. So I can duplicate this if I want, I can delete this if I want, or I can reorder if I want. So Kathy, nope, so the sticky notes have to stay on the canvas, unlike drawing that you can take it off the canvas and it stays. So you can, like I said, you can bring in just about any image that you want. I can swivel it, I can resize it, and I can click and drag it anywhere I want. Below the image button is a shape button. So I could click and drag and make a circle. And then click and drag and make another if I wanted to do like a Venn diagram. The only problem is it's not see-through. But you could have the kids then take the pen and draw the rest of the circle. You can also, clicking on the little drop-down arrow, you can choose different shapes. So they could diagram something for you, like the water cycle. Draw the water cycle.
But everybody can just make it transparent.
Thank you. Where'd you go to do that?
When it's clicked, just go to your bucket.
Thank you. Oh, I just made a second. Here, I'll show you. So I'm going to take this up here at the bucket and then transparent.
I have a question.
Thanks, Jen.
So everybody works on the same one?
They can. We'll get to that.
I'm just kind of confused.
We'll get to that. Right now I'm just showing you the basics of this. So if I wanted to, just because Jen brought us up to the bucket, I could have the shape and I could color my shape if I wanted to. I could change the line color on the shape if I wanted to. And there is the undo button. Maybe if I'm doing, say, the water cycle, I might take the text tool. I don't know. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but there you go. So this is my water. I'm just going to pretend. So you could label whatever it is you're doing. In a bowl of salad, this is the cucumber, this is the lettuce, this is the tomato. I don't know. But you could have kids label things and whatever. And then the last button over on the left is the laser. You want to bring somebody's eyes around? We're talking about precipitation. We're doing suspense this time, not horror. And then it goes away. So this is my first jam. This is one frame. If I wanted to have each of you work on a separate frame up here, I would just click, and there now I have 2 out of 2 frames. And every time I hit this arrow, it's adding a new frame. So if I go back, I now know I'm on 3 out of 5, but maybe I want 6.
So I could do like a piece of art for every kid. Like
Absolutely.
For each kid, and then they just add a sticky note
To each frame. Yep. Now to do that, you're going to have to share it with whomever. Now you could say, change the link for Upper Adams. Everybody at Upper Adams can view this, and then put that in Google Classroom so they can all get to it, just like you always do.
All right on, I don't have to do the whole access thing.
Exactly.
And they will each have the ability to put sticky notes on each slide.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I saw.
So how do you-
They do it all the time in my AP lit face. The see it cons. That's why I asked Leigh about it, because they will put a discussion topic on, and they do it in their Zooms. So she puts something up, and they're all adding their stickies during their Zoom.
Yep.
So that they can do it like live.
So if you're going to do that,
How do you know who's done
if
that?
well, that's what they put their name on their sticky note.
Oh, okay.
So if I were to do this, I would make sure that the kids are not viewers, but editors, so they can actually add stuff. And then, so to answer your question, Gina, I would put I don't know, whatever I want to say. Cancel. Thank you. And then I can resize this however I want. It's a very simplistic tool, but it's kind of fun to utilize. So if I go back to, no, I just missed it. There's Zoom. So if I come back here, so we've been in Zoom. We're all going along, happy as little clams. I need to resize this so that I can see my bottom of the screen. Let's clarify that one. Let me make this a little bit wider here. So to throw everybody into breakout rooms. Are you laughing at me? Oh, are you making faces for the screen? Nice. I'm recording this.
You better put it in editor is all I can say. I should probably
So under the More button down here, when I click on that, I've got breakout rooms. So I'm going to click on breakout rooms, and I can choose to create as many breakout rooms as I want. I can assign people automatically, or I can manually put people in different breakout rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I've got 10, I'll put. Yeah, I'm the host. Yeah. So I'm going to break you into 5 groups of 2 automatically. I'm not in control of who goes where. I'm going to create it, and because you're all in here, it lists everybody who's in each team. Now maybe I don't want Tracy in this one.
I don't want to be with Peterson.
Okay, which group are you in? Okay, so I'm going to move Tracy, move her to room 5.
Yay!
And so now she's in group 5. And I'm going to open all the rooms. And you each should get a message on your screen saying your breakout room is now open. And so that's how you would get in. Now, one thing I wanted to do while you're there, so just stay there. While you're there, you need to move this out of the way. In the Google Classroom, I have actually an assignment for you. It's about the water cycle. It's okay. There's no science teachers in here whatsoever, so it's okay. So in Google Classroom is the water cycle. So if you open up the Jamboard, at the top you'll see there are 7 frames. So find the frame that matches the group that you're in. Oh, wait. Keep them open.
Room 1.
Wait, where do you get the assignment? Oh, the water cycle. Okay. I see everybody else, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and I've just lost my breakout rooms because the timer came up and I said, keep it going. In Google Classroom, you have to click on classwork.
I did. Is that all right? I don't think I can. I don't know where there's a bucket or anything.
I'm sorry? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I just see you. I don't know. Do you see me on there? No, I'm with you. Do you see me? Because I see you, but I don't see where I am. So everybody's automatically once they click that.
Yeah, except that I left it as view only. So now you guys should be editor. You should be able to edit.
Refresh. Yeah, you'll have to refresh. All right.
Now, as a teacher, I can click between the frames and see how my students are doing. So if you're doing math, you could put a math problem up here and watch the kids solve the problem. If you're doing the water cycle, you can watch the different teams filling in the water cycle.
Yay, I got the science teacher on my
What
team are we?
I'm counting too. I think we're on one. I mean, I can Google.
Because our thing says
Because I don't see how I know.
Yeah, and that's what I was looking for a second ago. Hang on a second.
So we as a student, we can see what all the other Jamboards are doing too, right?
Yes.
You also, they can change it and there's no way to see the
There you go.
history of who modifies it, so it isn't a little.
It's a teamwork thing. There's not an accountability
I'm just saying,
issue
kids
to
get
it.
no change, anybody else is bored.
Yes.
I lost my thing.
So for those of you who did not see what I did in Zoom, I went up to view meeting rooms. But now I just pulled it up so it's here.
Oh, I see, I'm not the person, I can't.
Yeah.
Was it under
To get my breakout rooms.
to see what the kids are doing?
So I'm just in the water cycle and I'm just going between the different frames.
Actually, I think evaporation. I don't have any control over anything.
Did you refresh?
Oh, flashing. I think I Googled it. Because I don't directly teach this. I think they use the term collection. I Googled it.
Well, there's a modern day student. Somebody Googled it.
I was in
Oh, baby. Well, you know what? For my weekly quiz, I say use your resources. Notes, Quizlet, Google it. Google it.
Happens in the real world. We do it.
We're supposed to do all the slides?
Just your groups. So again, right here, right here. Gina, you're in room 5. So go to frame 5.
No, I didn't do any of that.
So
I was in the wrong one.
So if you were doing this as an activity, say we, God forbid, we go full remote and do this, because we're all here, we're all muted. But if they were at home, you would just have to unmute,
And then Carol and I could
and then
talk.
Carol and you could talk. Yes.
I mean, we go to the hall and test this.
Sure.
Will you come with me? That's absolutely. But now, do you hear what Carol and I say?
I can if I drop into your room.
If you just, how do you drop in?
Karen, are you hearing me talk?
Oh, drop in.
Oh, I have my volume off. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right, Heather, you don't. And all I see is you. And then
So you guys are room 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me a second.
Command A and up or something to unmute. So I can't unmute myself. Oh wait, I did. I'm unmuted. Oh, hi everybody. Jermaine Hornet coming at you.
Did you say you're mean, Hornet?
Now, are you
Leopard.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
I'm trying to figure out. I add more ears.
Oh my gosh, you're done already. You're done?
Yeah, I did it.
There we go. So, where are they?
Okay. Yay! I'm having you on my team.
Well, there was a sticky note that said, duh. Booyah. Did you? I don't know how to spell booyah. My son actually does that. But I think it's.
Hello, Jackie. Hello, Carol. Whoop.
How do I spell it?
Hello, Jackie. Hello, Carol.
B-O-O. Hi.
Okay, can you hear me, teacher?
I can.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you talk to me, teacher?
I can. Can you hear me?
See, I can't hear Carol.
Well, Carol's sitting right next to you.
I must have something not set. I'm coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I must not have something. But you can hear me.
Yep. I'm going to leave your room.
So I could go into another team's slide and just put a comment in there without.
You could.
I still don't have that. I'm just thinking for other Dempsey's and make a surprise.
Really?
I just saw it. Wait, isn't he supposed to be dead? Don't know. Don't watch it. But I think that was not. I mean, I'm here, so can I make this edit? How do I make it so they can edit it?
So, click on this again, and then you change this to edit, so they can all be editors.
Yep.
And if I had anyone in this group with this link in edits, is that okay? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so some of you had asked me. Oh, look, the mask covers up the chins. I like this. So somebody had asked me how I brought this up. So while the breakout rooms are going, I can click on more, and I can look at the different breakout rooms, which brings this up. If I wanted to join Betsy and Karen's, see they're group number 1, there's 2 people in there, I just click on join, and it says, do you want to join? And so I say yes, and Karen, be nice. Karen, be nice. So I'm now in that breakout room, so you can see, there's me. Where is it? There's Betsy. I'm way over there. It's Karen. Yes, yeah, they always know. So I'm going to leave the room, and I'm going to leave just this breakout room. It's going to ask me if I want to close the breakout room. Right now, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it open. So Jackie and Carol, if I go down here, I can look at the breakout rooms. If I want to join one of the breakout rooms, so maybe breakout room 2, I come over to where there's 2, and I click on join, and it says, do you want to join, yes or no? So as the teacher, I'm going to close all the rooms, and you all should have this little notice saying,
You're about to explode.
closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so now, we're back. Let me mute myself again on here. So now we're all back in. Do I have to mute everybody back there? Mute yourselves. So now we're all back in the main breakout room. So does anybody, I mean, that's basically the gist of how to do a breakout room, what it looks like from a user standpoint. I'm going to stop my Zoom meeting here in a minute, but if you want to stay here and do like somebody start up a Zoom and have 2 other people join and break them out like into their own room just for practice sake, you're more than welcome to stay here and do that. Does anybody have any questions about Jamboard? It really is very simple. Steph, are you raising your hand or are you not raising your hand? You're like the kids. Okay.
So I could have one slide with the directions, and I just hit next slide, and they can just do
One frame.
all of them. They can
Yep.
just add their little stickies.
Yep. So they're frames. They're frames. So I did put together a presentation. So since I went and did it, I'm just going to breeze through it. And it's mostly on the Jamboard. So again, Jamboard is a collaborative digital whiteboard powered by G Suite. How the heck do you use it? We kind of did that. So this was the assignment that I had you guys do. So how could you use Jamboard? You could demonstrate a process. You could do a Screencastify recording of a process on Jamboard, whether it's building the water cycle, whether it's, I don't know, building a salad. I keep going back to salad. Cooking a turkey, I don't know. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Now I remember.
You could have the kids summarize content, define vocabulary terms, reenact a historical event in a creative way. my professor had us create something between professional development and staff. What does it look like visually? And we built the Golden Gate Bridge, and we had like part of the bridge was there, but it wasn't all there, and we had boats, and we had all sorts of things. Talking about the process that we were in. So there's some creative ways that you can do this stuff. You could have the kids retell a story. That, it's kind of, what could you do? You could have the kids duplicate a frame and collaborate in it. You could, like I had done, make numerous frames that before you guys got here, I put the team numbers in, so when the breakout room broke you out, you knew which frame to go to. And while they're collaboratively doing things, you can watch your students solve the problems real time. And I had started to do that, and then I got too many questions, and I never did go back. But that's what you could do. So again, with the collaboration, you could have them do grammar practice, again, solve math problems, solve equations, again, vocabulary. You could do matching, sample test questions, illustrate concepts. Like, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. So I, as the teacher now, can come back and see, how did team 1 do? How did team 2 do? And 3. And 4. Oh, look at that. Team 3 got creative and colored the sun. Team 4. Team 5. Done. Booyah. This must be Peterson. Booyah. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's Steph. I'm sorry. I'm used to her saying that.
My son
Booyah.
says booyah.
Then beyond this, Matt Miller is a tech ed guru. He's written a book, Ditch the Homework, Ditch the Textbook. So his Ditch the Textbook, he's got out on his website 10 Jamboard templates for distance learning. So there's a whole bunch of, he's got KWL charts, he's got all sorts of stuff out here that you can utilize. 2 truths and a fib. Guess who? Good, bad, okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Fist to 5. Graffiti walls. 4 corners. Stop and sketch. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. And then there's other things at the bottom that Matt does. So this is ditchthattextbook.com, and I searched Matt Miller and Jamboards because I know he has done a lot. How to use Jamboard in the classroom, 20 plus tips and ideas, again from Matt Miller, his Ditch That Textbook site. Again, that's ditchthattextbook.com/Jamboard. And then another one that I had found is 6 Google Jamboard activities your students will love. So it goes on to talk about brainstorming, predicting, remembering, unjumbling a sentence. It's a little more elementary than what we're used to, unless you're doing it in Spanish 1.
Yes, I was just thinking. No, not Spanish 1, but I mean, when you're introducing a new verb.
Mm-hmm. You can have the kids make a sentence. You could play Pictionary if you have iPads. Hey, by the way, I have a whole bunch of iPads that have been sitting over between the 2 windows that are here if you want to utilize them at some point. So what's the word? And then, so there are all sorts of ideas. People are using these a lot. So that's just a little bit, I want to give you an overview again of what Jamboard is, give you some ideas of how you could use Jamboard, show you how the breakout rooms work. From a student perspective, what does it feel like to be in a Zoom with a teacher and to get put into a breakout room? Unless you have any questions, that's it. And look, it's 11:03. I'm done on time. Yeah.
On the Jamboard, like I said, the students can change it, on another student's slide.
Mm-hmm.
So what I went out and after I saw that this was happening, if you go back and change it from editor to viewer, then they no longer can write on it. If you end a session or end a class, you might want to change the rights. Share settings. Because I had some lovely children changing other people's frames.
Leigh, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.